over in League Two after a big victory this past weekend. But what's going to go on in a double match week? Can they remain top of the table? We'll get into that and much more on the road next. That's right, folks. Once again, on prediction video today. It's all about match number 13, I think, over in League Two. And we'll get to that in a second. If you know where you've been, smash your subscribe button. Your one-stop shop for League Two is right here under one rooski. Of course, we are out here in Lancashire as we've made the trip across the pond in a double match week, a busy week for EFL action. We'll get into all of that in a minute. Of course, big shout out to the VRPs. You know who you are. And again, if you're new, where have you been? Smash your subscribe button. Your one-stop shop for League Two, League One, EFL, Blackburn Rovers. We're going to all here under one rooski. Today we're going to look forward to the next round of games, and of course before all that we're going to take a look back at the last matches that did take place this past weekend. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright then folks, first and foremost we're going to turn back the clock to just this weekend. I am recording this early doors on a Sunday, trying to get it out there because I'm going to be on the sea. Well, not on the sea, on the water with a barge. These were the games, these were the goals, these were the drama over in League Two, which did see Chesterfield put 3 past Newport County. Stanley picked up a massive local 1-0 win over Barrow. Bradford City also beating Gillingham 2-1 in the end. Ain't too shabby on my picks thus far. Bromley did lose to Tranmere. Carlisle and Harrogate couldn't be separated with the 1-1 draw. Cheltenham, big win on the road against Colchester, 2-1 there. Crewe and Salford could only draw over at Grimsby Road. Morecambe losing to MK Dons. Walsall smashing Grimsby. Notts County getting 3 points against Wimbledon. Vale did beat Fleetwood, and Doncaster did beat Swindon as predicted. Those were the results. Of course, we are on the road. It's going to be a little bit crazy right now. But this is the table right now as it stands. As you see, Port Vale are tip at the top of the iceberg right there. Doncaster second. Walsall are also alongside them in the automatics. There's Notts County, Bradford, Gillingham and Barrow in the playoffs. Going down as we speak, it's Carlisle and it's Morecambe. But it could definitely change this week with the 2 games in the space of 7 days. So we'll see what happens at the end of it. Now, typically, we would go look at your predictions in the Prediction League. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that all week. We'll come back. In fact, I don't even know when we'll come back because once I do get back, it's the FA Cup. But anyway, regardless, the Prediction League continues. It'll just mean a bumper episode when we come back. So keep on predicting using the link right here on the screen. Cutley/League 2. I think the form should be out there around about now anyway. So get involved there and get your predictions in the mixer there. So let's kick on forward and take a little look at the next round of games. Now, again, we are doing this on a bit of a basic setting here. No flying. We're not going to be flying from ground to ground. We're just going to be hop, skipping and jumping there. Of course, old style, retro style here. So no Google Maps because we are in remote. And I'm on an iPad. I'm on an iPad. So let's see how we get on. We're going to start with, of course, top of the shop there, Barrow against Notts County. So let's get cracking then, shall we? Oh gosh, it is Barrow. It is Notts County coming at you Tuesday, October the 22nd. Now, these 2 clubs have played 4 times since 2018. There's been 1 win apiece, and there's been 2 draws between the 2 sides. Barrow, though, pretty shitty form right now. They sit 7th of the table with just 1 win in the last 6 matches. That's 5 defeats in the last 6 for Stephen Clements' boys. Up against them is Notts County, who are up to 4th right now. 50% form for them, winning 2, losing 2, and drawing 2 over the last 6. They last played in Barrow as a 1-1 draw. In fact, back-to-back 1-1 draws between these 2 sides. 1 in Notts County, 1 in Barrow last season. Barrow coming into on that loss against Stanley. Notts County with that win against Wimbledon, of course. We do have odds, I think, on this game. How do I do this then? Do I go back to here? It is Barrow 23-20 for the victory. 2-1 is your Notts County. 11-4 is the draw. I really don't know what I put on this one. I think I did go with Notts County to get something. Yeah, 1-1 in the end. Point apiece. Which probably favours Notts County at the moment because Barrow definitely need a win. Next up, we go to Wimbledon, that's right, as they take on Morecambe, coming at you over at Cherry Records Stadium. It's Johnny Jackson's Dons, who are 11th for the table, 16 points to the name, 42% form for them right now. Up against Morecambe under Derek Adams, that's right, who are down there 24th in the league, 50% form for them at the moment. Now they played over the last 6, 1-2 lost and drawn 2, of course. 14 times these 2 clubs have played since 2011. 4 wins for the Dons, 5 wins for Morecambe, and 5 draws between the 2 sides. Last time around at this very venue venue. It was a 1-1 draw back in February 2024. Morecambe unbeaten against them over the last 3. Notts County did beat Wimbledon last time around. Morecambe losing to Milton Keynes, the other Dons, if you know what I mean. The bookies on this one, though, they'll probably go in favour of Wimbledon. 5-3 on for the victory. They are 70-4 is your Morecambe. 31-10 is the draw. Yeah, I think I'm leaning towards Morecambe. Morecambe really not get going. Very stuttered start. I still believe that they'll be all right at the end of the season. I think Derek Adams is a no-nonsense manager, and of course they should have the quality there to get out of this little lull in form, and hopefully the rest of the leagues will get sucked into it. But yeah, 2-1 win though. Wimbledon will take the 3 points this week. Next up, it's Cheltenham up against Bradford City. That's right, coming on the 22nd of October. Cheltenham under Michael Flynn, they sit in 17th right now after just a couple of wins at the last 6 matches against Bradford, who are 5th in the table, 3 wins on the bounce under Graham Alexander. Now they played 15 times since 2006. We've got 5 wins for Cheltenham, 6 wins for Bradford, 4 draws between the two sides, with the most recent match being at Cheltenham, 2-0 win it was for Bradford back in February 2021. It's been a while, guys. It's been a while. Of course, Bradford coming into this on the back of a 2-1 win over the Gills. Of course, we also hit a bit of a slump there. They've actually 3 wins on the bounce for Bradford. Cheltenham on the back of a win themselves against Colchester after a good barren spell of form as well. The bookies on this one, they'll probably go with Bradford 12-5 is your Cheltenham, 5-2 the draw, 11-10 is your Bradford City. I think I am also leaning to Bradford City victory here. I think they're more than likely to get the victory, but I've gone with a 0-0. Even Stevens get another point in the bag for Bradford. Cheltenham, of course, grinding out a point as well, so cancels each other out in my eyes. Let's go to the Keepmoat Stadium now as Doncaster Rovers with Grant McCann at the dugout up against Bromley and Andy Woodman. Now, they've never played each other, these two sides, but Doncaster currently find themselves second in the table, 23 points to the name. Unbeaten in the last 4 matches up against Bromley, who are all the way down to 22nd, with just 10 points to the name without a win in at least the last 8 matches, it says. Again, never played each other, but Doncaster on the back of that 2-1 win over Swindon. Bromley losing the Tranmere 2-1 win in the end. I don't even know. Don't even know when the last victory was for Bromley, but Doncaster on a bit of form right now. Not amazing, but 58% form for them and unbeaten in the last 4 games, and I think that will continue into this one. Doncaster 5-3 on for the victory, 31-10 is the draw, 70-4 is of course your Bromley here. Gonna go Doncaster at the Keepmoat. No problems there. 3-1 win this midweek. Next up is Chesterfield under Paul Cook up against Colchester and Danny Crowley. That's right. Of course, Colchester coming at you unbeaten in the last 6 matches. They're on 67% form for them over the last 6 matches. They're in 8th with 18 points to the name. Colchester all the way down to 20th with just 11 points to the name without a win in the last 5. They have played 16 times since 2003. 5 wins for Colchester. 5 wins for Chesterfield. 6 wins for Colchester. There's been 5 draws between the two sides. With the last 5 of these games between these two sides have ended all square. Chesterfield winning the only victory way back in November 2016. That was in the FA Cup. Colchester, though, on the back of a loss against Cheltenham. Chesterfield on the back of a 3-0 win over Newport County. A big win it was this past weekend as well. The bookies for this, Chesterfield 5-4 on for the victories. 5-2 is the draw. 10-3 is your away win here. Going to go with Chesterfield. Also, go with the bookies, go with the form, go with everything else really. 2-0 win. Chesterfield taking all 3 points. Gillingham take on Newport County next, coming at you this coming Tuesday, the 22nd of October. Gillingham under Mark Bonner, 5 defeats to the last 6, actually losing 4 on the bounce. 17% form for them right now. Up against Newport County, 3 defeats on the spin. They're on 33% form for them right now. They have played 5 times since 2019. No wins for Gillingham, 5 wins for Newport County, and there's been 0 draws between the two sides, with the most recent match being a 1-0 win for Newport County in Wales. That was back in February 2024. Their last time they played in Gillingham, also a clean sheet for Newport County, 2-0 winners in the end. Gillingham's last victory was a 2-0 win over Barrow at this very venue. Newport County, though, on the back of 3 successive defeats, in fact, back-to-back games without scoring a goal for them, coming at you with the last win being a 3-1 win in Wales over Salford City. The bookies, though, should go with Gillingham despite their form. 13-8 on, yes, it's true. 11-4 is the draw. 90-4 is your away win. Going with the Gills as well, 2 to win. Their form is shit. They need a win if they're going to be contenders once again. They've gone off the face of the earth somewhat. of late, so they need to bounce back and fast, and I see it with a 2-0 win this coming midweek. Fleetwood Town next with Charlie Adam in the dugout. 67% form for them right now, 12th in the table, up against Crewe and Lee Bell. They're all the way into 9th right now, 18 points to the name. And of course, just one defeat in the last 6. They played 10 times, these two clubs, since 2013. 6 wins for Fleetwood, 2 for Crewe, 2 draws as well. Fleetwood, though, coming into this on the back of a loss against Port Vale. Crewe, just the draw, back-to-back draws, in fact, drawn with Doncaster on the road and then Salford at home. So back-to-back draws, unbeaten in the last 4 matches. Now, these two sides last played at Fleetwood. It was a 3-0 win way back in October 2021. That was in League One. With the bookies, though, going to find it difficult, I think. 11-10 on for Fleetwood. There might be slight favourite here. In fact, they are favourites. 13-5 is the draw. 27-10 is your away win. I'm going to go with a tight one here on this. Goals galore. 5 goals in it. 3-2 win, though. Fleetwood taking all 3 points and moving up the ladder at the expense of Crewe. Harrogate Town are next up in action up against Port Vale. Of course, coming out to the 22nd of October. Harrogate under Simon Weaver. 50% form for them right now. 1-2 lost to and drawn to over the last 6. They're 14th in the table with 15 points to the name. Up against Port Vale, who are top of the table right now. 24 points for the haul, and they've won 3 in the bounce, unbeaten in at least the last 9 games. Wow. Again, they played 4 times since 2022 in Port Vale. Nothing for Harrogate, and there's been 2 draws between the two sides. The last time they played over at Harrogate, it was, in fact, a 1-1 draw way back in March 2022. That was in League 2. Harrogate on the back of that draw against Carlisle. Port Vale with a big win over Fleetwood Town. In fact, their away form is pretty hot to trot. Back-to-back 1-0 wins. That means back-to-back clean sheets. So they're looking good at the moment, are Port Vale. The bookies odds on this one, they see Port Vale at 10-9 on. Favours here, 14-5 is your Harrogate. 13-5 is the draw. Of course, I'm going to go with Port Vale. Back in the bookies on this one. And continue with their good resurgence here, Port Vale. Up the table, and I think they're going to be up there for a long time, if not all the way. Next up is MK Dons and Scott Lindsay starting to grow, get a bit of form together. They are 67% form for them right now, 13th for the table, 15 points to the name. Up against Accrington, Stanley, also on a good bit of form. They're on 58% form for them right now, sitting in 16th, 19th for the table, 12 points to the name. Just 1 defeat in the last 4 matches. Now, these two sides have played 13 times since 2006. 8 wins for MK Dons. We've got 3 wins for Accrington, Stanley. There's been 2 draws between the two sides, with the most recent match being at MK back in February 2024. That was in League 2. MK Dons coming out on top with a 2-1 win on top of that one. But just a 1 defeat for MK Dons against Stanley over the last 6. And Stanley on the back of a win over Barrow. MK Dons picking up that big win over Morecambe as well. The bookies for this one, though, we've got MK Dons 64 on. They're, of course, overwhelming favourites. 3-1 the draw. 15-4 is your away win. That's Accrington, Stanley. Ain't going to happen here, guys. It's going to be MK Dons taking the points. I put 2 and a question mark. That's probably 2. I think it's going to be 2-1 or 2-0. We'll change that up in post. Salford City next up against Swindon Town. That's right, coming out to home in Salford. Carl Robinson's boys up to 18th for the table. 33% form for them right now. But just 1 win in the last 6 matches. Up against Swindon, who are 21st in the table with 11 points to the name. 50% form for them over the last 6. That's 1-2 lost to and drawn to over the last 6. In fact, just 1 defeat in the last 5 for Swindon under Mark Kennedy. Now, these two clubs have played 7 times since 2019. 1 win for Salford, 3 for Swindon. There's been 3 draws as well. Swindon and Salford, they last played over at Swindon. It was a draw. The previous time they played over at this venue was also a draw. So back-to-back draws in the 23-24 season. Swindon, though, are unbeaten if you want to stretch it back to the last 4 occasions, winning 1 and drawing the 3. Of course, Swindon on the back of a loss to Doncaster. What have I done there? Salford on the back of, I think, a solid point in the end in their last match. The bookies, though, for this one, Salford 11-8 is your hosts, 9-5 is your Swindon, 5-2 the draw. Going on the draw here, sitting on the fence, cannot separate the two sides at this moment in time. 1-1 at the end of the day. Next up is over to Prenton Park, and it's Tranmere Rovers up against Grimsby. That's right. Of course, Tranmere sitting in 16th for the table, 14 points to the name. 58% form for them right now. Up against Grimsby, 10th for the table, 18 points to the name. 3 wins, 3 defeats over the last 6 matches. In fact, fact, though, if you want to look at it closer, just one win in the last 4. They have played 28 times, these two clubs, since 1993. 13 wins for Tranmere, 9 wins for Grimsby, 6 draws between the two sides. Last time around, over at Tranmere, it was a 2-2 draw back in October 2023. Tranmere are unbeaten against them over the last 3, both home and away. And they're coming into this, though, on the back of a win, do Tranmere. 2-1 winners over Bromley. Grimsby getting stuffed by Walsall this past week as well. Excuse me, got a bit of a Lancashire sniffles coming at you right here. The bookies here, 11-10 is your Tranmere, 12-5 the draw, 5-2 is your away win. What have we got on here? I think it's going to be tight again. 1-1 draw, point apiece. Can't really separate two sides. Sitting on the fence in back-to-back games. Next up is Walsall. Should we say finally it's Walsall taking on Carlisle over at the Bescott. That's right, Walsall under Matt Sadler. Still in the automatics, sitting third right now. 58% form for them right now. Just one defeat in the last 4. Up against Carlisle, who are tipped to be near the top of the table. They are rock-ash bottom, or just about rock bottom. 23rd in the table, 8 points to the name without a win in the last 6 matches. Now, these two clubs have played 24 times since 2003. 8 wins for Walsall, 6 for Carlisle. 10 draws between the two sides. Last time they played over at the Bescott, it was a 0-0 draw back in April 2023. That was in League 2. Walsall are unbeaten against Carlisle over the last 4. In fact, they've only lost once out the last 6. They do like playing against them. Walsall on the back of that 4-1 win over Grimsby. Carlisle with that draw against Harrogate. Maybe it's a step in the right direction, but realistically, they should be winning those games. What about the bookies' odds on this one then? Probably favouring Walsall. Yeah, they are. 7-4 on is your Walsall, 5-1 is your Carlisle, 29-10 is the draw. Should be no brainer here. It's going to be Walsall 2-0 win to continue their good season right now under matey boy, whoever's in charge in there. Big win for Walsall, and that completes my packet for the midweek games over in League 2. Don't forget to get your own linkage in there with the old Super Brew or the Prediction League, and then we should be coming back at you very, very soon. That's right. So don't forget to smash the like, smash your subscribe, hit the little bell. We'll be back, of course. I don't know, maybe Thursday for the next round of games. We're going to be recording them suckers on a boat in the middle of the Leeds Lancashire, whatever, Leeds Liverpool canal. I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're going to do it. Until then, we're done.